to discuss that for a second. You talk about high status men, high status women, and low status men.
Yes.
And you're
Yeah.
like,
So the
yeah, go ahead. You
yeah,
explain better
I
than me.
stand by this. I know it's politically incorrect, but it's just
I don't know
absolutely
if it's
true.
politically incorrect, and I don't care if it is, but I
It's
think it's
definitely.
very interesting. So
So
let's
ready,
explain what
ready
you mean.
for any. I will debate anyone on this topic. There are three genders: high status men, women, and low status men. Low status men are chasing after women. Women are chasing after high status men. And the reason why I say there's three genders is because high status men and low status men have nothing to do with each other. If you really look at and there's a book called The Winner Effect that goes over the neurochemistry of men who are successful and the ones who aren't. You like literally high status men have different brains than low status men. High status men have higher lifetime earnings, more sexual partners, more likely to keep a marriage working, have more children in general. Like when you find out these differences, then you'll understand high status men and low status men have nothing to do with each other. When you listen to women complain and they'll be like, oh, you know what? I can't stand these men. They're all nothing but shit. They all drive around in their Bugattis and they have like 6
But
girlfriends
Michael,
and they think they can buy me. And I'm like, most men don't have a Bugatti, dude.
but wait a second. What kind of women complain? I think the women that complain, it's usually, that's my opinion, because I agree with everything you're saying. 1,000,000% I agree. And I would debate anybody on that. But usually the women that complain are, like I said, these women that they can't keep up. The guy that the girl that complains, oh, I had sex with him and he ghosted me. He took me to the club last night and now he's fucking somebody else. Usually it's just the bimbo. She's not on the
Catherine,
same
I don't
level.
think anyone came into this saying I'm going to be a bimbo. I legitimately think they all come
Oh,
into
you'll
this
be
thinking,
shocked.
no,
Really?
okay, all right, all right, all right.
Oh,
I do think so. I know a lot. I live in Vegas. You lived here for a while. You just go to this fucking grocery store and you're going to see sex workers. Like,
yeah.
and some of them are my friends, and I'll ask them legitimately, "Did you move here to become a prostitute?" I'll ask them, "So, did you move here to start filming porn?" And a lot of them were like, "No, I moved here with my boyfriend." I was in love. I was just trying to
No,
find
listen,
love.
I
And then I met
completely
this guy and
agree.
it just seemed attractive. And
Yeah,
the next
a
thing you know,
lot.
she's sleeping with a male stripper. And then but it's
Yeah.
like this idea that like nobody goes into life thinking, I can't wait to get addicted to heroin. Nobody really starts off their life being like, man, I can't wait to start filming porn. It's like one of these things that
No,
happens. No,
but
I'm just saying is they
Michael,
end up in these situations. These are normal
yeah,
people experiencing
yes,
normal stimulus and they
listen.
just don't react to the stimulus properly. And the next thing you know that they're like fucking on camera. That's what happens. I
Look, and
don't blame them.
I don't blame
Yeah.
anybody. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you. I did an episode of my show at the Sapphire, by the way. I talked
Yeah.
to all the girls. I still have connections with some
Yeah.
of them. I don't judge anybody in this life. I'm speaking about dating. A lot of the girls, like you gave the Miami example in one of your videos. Oh, the guy with the Bugatti. And like you said, there's maybe 2 Bugattis in Miami. I don't know. But those girls, a lot of them, that's literally what they're looking for.
Yeah,
But
I
they are
don't.
not in the
It's
same
Catherine.
level of that
Catherine,
guy.
if what you're saying is true, then what we should be able to see is on dating apps. We should be able to go there and see women choosing men who make $60,000 a year and are 5'9", and we don't see that. What we see is almost all women selecting men who are 6 feet tall and make over $200,000 a year. Like no, you're coming up with this idea that there's only a few women who are bimbos who have this unrealistic expectations of men, and I'm here to tell you it's 90% of women who have unrealistic expectations of men. It outright
I
now.
agree. No,
It
no.
doesn't mean that they're going to
Michael,
date men who are all 6'3",
I
but they
agree
are
with
going to
you.
desire men who are 6 feet tall
Yes,
and make a
yes,
fucking ton of money. That's
yes.
what's going on. And so because of that mismatch, women are pricing the price of sex here, men are pricing the price of sex here, and because of that, they don't meet, and we have the lowest level of marriage ever. We have the
Yeah.
lowest number of people hooking up ever. We have 63% of men under the age of 30 are single. We're ended up in a situation. We are in a sexless society. That's where we gotten. We show more. We show more OnlyFans, Instagram, pornography. We show more. We have sex less. That's where we've ended up because we have these two unrealistic understandings of like what the world will give us. And the reason why is because we have too many options visually that aren't really options. Women are left swiping on men on dating apps that could never date, and men are watching pornography of women they could never date, and it's screwing up their fucking brains. And that's the reason why we have this disconnect.
I completely agree with you. Maybe I didn't express myself well. I agree that it's most women. I
Yep.
guess my point was these men, right, that drive the Bugatti, that
Yep.
make millions, and I have many friends like that. Most of the time, the ones that are single, yeah, of course they're going to go through dozens and dozens of women, but they are usually going to marry and couple with somebody who is more up to par with where they are in life. At least that's my experience. all my millionaire friends, people that I know, that's who they end up with. And this is why these girls get so frustrated, because most men of very high value, when they decide, okay, I'm ready to get married and settle down, they want a partner that is not going to embarrass them in public, that's going to travel the world with them, that knows how to speak well, that knows how to dress, etc., etc., etc. They're not going to go for that girl that looked crazy sexy on the beach in South Beach
Yes.
or at the nightclub in Las Vegas. That's
But,
my, and it happened
but,
to me, by
but,
the way, you
but
know?
Catherine, most women won't ever get with any high status men other than to just have sex with them one
Totally
time.
agree. Exactly. Totally
And so,
agree.
so like, look, and so what is the majority? Remember, I said about 15% of men are high status men, and then you have 100% of women, and then you have 85% of men that are low status men. Of those 85%, they will marry a woman who embarrasses them in public. They will marry a woman who gets morbidly overweight, cheats on them, and takes out their money. They will, because they have no options. The bottom third of men have almost no options whatsoever. Dating has become incredibly inequitable towards a small group of men at the top. And those are the men women are complaining about. They're not complaining about the men at the bottom because they don't even see those men. They don't even recognize those men exist. That's the point that we've gotten to right now, is they don't even see them. At least as a man, if I see grandma on the side of the road and she has a flat tire, I'm going to pull over and try to help her because I at least see grandma. I see her. I have some guy friends of mine that are like 5'5" and Filipino, and women don't even remember that they were in the room with this guy. They don't see these men when they're not attracted to them.
Because
That's the difference.
We see, like, and I tell people that all the time. Take care of yourselves, because it doesn't matter how big of a fabulous heart you are or your ethics, the world sees us from the outside in. If you take care of yourself, many more doors are going to open for you, like you said, including dating, including relationships, even business, right? If you look like shit, you're not going to get the same success in any area of your life than a person that takes great care of themselves. I think that's general, you know. It happened to me, Michael. When I met my husband, he was a multimillionaire. I was successful in my own right. I had a bunch of modeling contracts. I owned my own business. I was 23 years old. I had college degrees. At the time, he had, like you say, like on your videos, he was partying in Vegas with 50 chicks. He was spending $50,000 a night in one of the top strip clubs. He did all this shit. He would bring all these Playboy bunnies to his mansion.
Yeah.
Of course, I wasn't the prettiest. I'm not the tallest. I wasn't the skinniest. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm sexy. I love sex, which obviously guys are attracted to me because they know I love sex. Like, and I'm not embarrassed to speak about it because I think it's important, right? Because the American culture suppresses women when they say that. But the reason why he was so attracted to me is because I had all this shit going on. I didn't give a fuck about his money. I didn't want him to buy me a BMW. I drove my own BMW. I had my own shit going on. I think in general, that's the kind of women that high value guys choose as a lifetime partner at the end of the day. Do you agree?
High status men, yes. Most men, no. Most men choose very poorly. Most men choose just because of the best physical attractiveness that they can get.
Yeah.
Most men do not choose. And I know a lot of high status men that didn't choose well either. I think what happens if you spend your entire life working on money and you don't understand the opposite sex, you end up becoming a target. I think it becomes very, I mean, this is the same for men and women. Like, you just become a target. And so I see so many people, like, if you want to have a great conversation, you should talk to James Sexton. He's a divorce attorney, and he just goes over these people who are just mismatched and just choose horribly. And I think we're choosing even worse because what's happened is, because of social media, we have so many ways of giving false indicators now, so many ways of making ourselves look better than we actually do, richer than we actually are. We have so many ways of doing this. And so because of that, you just see people actually ending up in worse situations.
Yeah, that is so true. So everybody out there listening to us, your course is exclusively for men, right?
Yes. Oh, so women can come on the course. It's just you don't have to pay. Like, we just let women join the calls.
Oh, wow. Okay, girls. So if you're out there listening, if you want to learn, so let's say a girl, let's say me, I'm like, I want to come in, I want to learn something.
Yeah.
Are we in the same Zoom with all the dudes?
Yeah, you're in the same Zoom with everybody. So somewhere, it's usually between like 1 and 8 girls will come on a call, and they'll just be asking questions. I haven't found that women like really, and like, unless a girl's really interested in like leveling up her social media or something like that, then in that case, that's something different. But like Katie Moore, she's been on calls for years. My friend Andy Candy, Kindly Myers, there's a bunch of girls that come on the calls on a regular basis. They're friends of mine, but we don't charge women to come on the calls.
That's pretty awesome. So if a
Yep.
girl there is listening and she wants to know the inside scoop, what you teach guys, what kind
Yeah.
of guys out there, they can just go and find you on your social
Just
media.
find me and then say, then what I'll do is on the Tuesday call, I'll just send her the link and then she can jump on with us.
That's very generous of you,
Uh-huh.
Michael. It sounds like you're helping a lot of people. Sounds like you're helping a lot of men out there. Congratulations on your fabulous work.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I got, before I let you go, one thing that I completely disagree with you, and I would challenge you next
Yeah.
time I invite you to come to LA. You said there are no pretty girls around here.
No, what I said was the pretty girls are in Palisades. They're in
Beverly
Newport.
Hills.
They're in Beverly Hills. I'm like in LA proper. I'm
There are
talking
a
about from
lot of beautiful
Hollywood all the way down to like Figueroa. No, they're not. They're not a hot. There's
Oh my
hardly
God.
any pretty girls there, dude. Go
There
out
are
to
a
a
lot
club
of
in
beautiful
Hollywood
girls
and you
out
tell
there.
me no. Go to a club and go to a club in Hollywood. Okay, here, do this one time. All right, ready? Go on stage at XS for Rufus the Soul. Look at the girls there, and then go to Warwick on a Saturday night in Vegas or in Los Angeles, and
I
you
don't
tell me
even
that
know
there's
where
pretty
Warwick
girls.
is. Yeah, I don't even
Exactly.
know.
You don't even know what Warwick is. That's exactly my point. Like go to Poppy, go to fucking Nice Guy, go anywhere you want in Los Angeles and compare those girls to the ones in Vegas, and you tell me that they're pretty girls in Los
Well,
Angeles.
Vegas,
They're pretty girls
everybody,
in Orange County. There's not pretty girls in
no,
LA.
Orange
LA
County,
is so overrated. LA is so overrated. Beverly Hills, if you're talking about a Beverly Hills mansion party, of course, yes, definitely. But most guys can't get into those. So
we are
that's not what we're
always
talking
on
about.
our A game. Yeah, I think because I
Yes.
live in Beverly Hills and work in West Hollywood, and we are always on our A game here
Sure.
because, it's such a competitive market. But I do agree with you. When people go to Vegas, they're like, let me be on my A game because I
Sure.
might meet a celebrity. They're going to let me go into the hottest clubs. So, yes, if everybody out there is listening, any suggestions like, how do you get in these parties without paying? How do you get in these clubs without paying? Just dress fabulously. Is that the key?
There's a bunch of different ways, but for men, it actually does help a lot if you dress really well. I have guys and they're like, "Hey, man, I just have trouble like getting into a club," and I'm like, "Just dress better than everyone else and show up with a couple of girls, and you're going to get in every single time." So yeah, that would be probably the easiest way to do it.
Fantastic. Tell me your Instagram again before I let you go.
It's Michael Sartain. Just go look up Michael Sartain.
Yeah.
Sartain on Instagram, and just check me out there. Write me, and if you're interested in joining
Fantastic.
our school group, there's a free school group you can join. No investment needed, no contract needed. You can just it's very easy. You just join our free school group. It's school.com, SKOOL.com/men of action free. There's a hyphen in between each word, men -of -action. And then, or if you're interested in joining MOA, it's MOAmentoring.com.
Amazing. I'm definitely going to put your link on this episode. If you guys are listening, go to YouTube so you can see his face.
Click the link in the description and I'll send you an exclusive invite to my elite networking community where you can learn to date high quality women today.